You know, several of the original first generation of Fujifilm X-mount lenses have started to become quite affordable on the used market and quite compelling when compared against some of the more modern Fujifilm lenses. You can either get, for instance, a 50mm f2, a bit like, you know, the 23mm f2, the f2 series, for about the same price as a very good condition 56mm f1.2. And this lens was was kind of lusted after when it first came out, at least by me. And same with this old 35mm 1.4. It's got some sauce to it. I personally kind of like the design of these older Fujifilm lenses. And then this is the 14mm f 2.8. Maybe the least compelling to some people because the price and the competitors you can get now. But for me, it's very small, and that's kind of what I wanted it for. And the manual focus clutch kind of thing is neat, nifty. So I'm going to go out to a little field here in Istanbul and take some photos and tell you what I think. Okay, starting off right off the bat, this new to me but very old 14mm f2.8 kind of has some sauce to it. It might just be a focal length that I've really enjoyed. I never shot this wide really until I got a Nikon FM, an old film camera with a 24mm lens, which this 14mm is like an equivalent to like a 21 on full frame that I really, really fell in love with. So getting this kind of somewhat equivalent focal length on the Fujifilm digital camera has been really great. I'm shooting it a bit more like the film camera, which is nice because I don't have to, you know, pay $20 for a roll of Portra 800 and then pay $10 for it to get developed and then photograph it and edit it, and it takes forever. Anywho, yeah, I really, really like this 14mm lens, and if you take it into Photoshop and you turn, or Lightroom and turn lens corrections off, you'll see that there's like zero distortion at all, which is pretty impressive for such a wide lens. Like there's no distortion at all. Straight lines are completely straight, which you can see in some of these photos. There is some natural vignetting that's much easier to correct for, I suppose. And then, yeah, there's the 35mm 1.4. This is the lens I've had for by far the longest. I think I first got it in like 2021. And it was kind of an old lens then. I mean, it was 9 years old, but it has some sauce to it. And that square lens hood. I mean, come on. Square lens hood looks pretty cool. And then the 56, there are not, I did not get very many photos on this trip, this little walk with the 56, because it's just a tough focal length for me to work with how I normally shoot. So I'll throw in some older photos and the little closing video. Closing thoughts was shot on the 56 as well. But yeah, these lenses now punch pretty far above their weight. The only thing I would say is they're the older style focusing on all of these. So if you're shooting video with an on-camera mic, don't, or manual focus. So that's all I have to say about that. Great photo lenses. They're cool. They're built well. They're not weather sealed, which is a downside, I suppose. But if it's ever raining, I'll just grab that 23 I have. Anywho, yeah, thanks for going on this little photo walk for me, with me. I don't know. Thanks for joining me on my little walk around my new neighborhood. I've been wanting to check that out for quite a while. The contrast between kind of like a giant empty lot and the bustling, dense, narrow streets of Istanbul really intrigued me. I don't think I'll probably take that idea on as I keep photographing here in my new home. But yeah, the old V1 Fujifilm lenses, quite fun. you know, I think the 35 and the 14 were released in like 2012, and the 56 was released in like 2014. So they're kind of old now, but I got the 35 new years ago, but it was like $400. They had just released the 33 1.4, but this one just kind of seemed a little more special, and I do love this lens. I just picked up the 14 only a couple months ago, and it's been fun. I got it primarily because it's small, and I was looking for something of this focal length, something 21. I wanted something 24 equivalent, but this is what popped up, and I was maybe going to get like the giant, forget the name, the Chinese one that's like 1.4, f1.4, but looked used and found this one, the small little 14mm 2.8 for $200 used on B&H in perfect condition. So it seemed like a no-brainer. Mostly using this for video work, and half the shots, almost all the shots I shoot anyways, are at f8 during the day, so aperture doesn't really matter to me, so it being small is a pro. The 56mm f1.2 is a crazy lens. I got that one really because I was looking for a couple months ago. I was reminiscent of my old T3i and the nifty 50. I was looking back at old photos from like 10 years ago when I was just taking up for photography, and I kind of missed that tight focal length, and I'd been shooting mostly wider. I just wanted like a little exercise to get back into that state of mind. So I was thinking about just getting the 50mm f2, because you'll notice my favorite lens is none of these three actually of the Fujifilm system. It's the 23mm f2. I really love that lens, and I kind of missed it on this walk because I had like ultra wide, standard, and telephoto kind of. So if I'm picking one lens, I'm picking that 23. But it's nice to walk around with some different options to see what different perspectives you can get. But yeah, I was gonna get just that 50mm f2. But I looked on B&H again, and I'm like, new, this is like $400, I think. I wonder what I could get used. And sure enough, I got like this f1.2 56mm used in like perfect shape on B&H for like $400 something. And it just kind of seemed like a no-brainer. It's not a focal length I use all the time. I'm not going to be dragging it around all the time. So having like the crazy wide aperture, kind of like a flex lens, just kind of seemed fun. It's not really like a type of photography I ever shoot. Like I don't really do portraits or anything, but having it for the same price as the f2, kind of fun, especially since I'm not going to be dragging it around most often. It's kind of just like a toy for the most part. So yeah, really fun lenses. I kind of like these old ones. You can get them pretty good prices, as I have mentioned in this video. And yeah, it was good getting out, exercising, some exposure therapy, walking around with a camera, being a little conspicuous. I mean, me just existing here in Istanbul is conspicuous. So how much worse does holding a camera make me? Anyways. But yeah, thank you for watching this fun little video. I enjoyed playing with these focal lengths that I don't usually whip out all that often, because again, I stick mostly with that 23. If I'm just picking up a camera with one lens, which is usually what I've been doing. For the last 3 years, I've traveled around the US at my old job for work, and most of the time I would just bring one camera and one lens, my XH2S and that 23mm f2. But having these other ones is really fun, and I look forward to getting some more use out of them here in the future.